Alright guys, how's it going? It's MyDeck Collections here, and today I am actually bringing what you guys have probably been waiting for. Well, maybe my 2 subscribers have been waiting for. Yep, today is the first Yu-Gi-Oh card thing, sort of. So, I don't have any packs for Yu-Gi-Oh to actually open right now. Yu-Gi-Oh cards have been kind of scarce lately, actually. Most of my places that I usually go to, Target, Walmart, Toys R Us, when that was still a thing down here. Not anymore, sadly. Even though they were overpriced, they always had new stuff. I haven't been able to find anything recently, so we're gonna do this today. This currently is the deck I've been using and the deck I have been using for a while now. It's definitely after PGLD, the Platinum Gold set. So I did go through and change 2 or 3 cards because they were really messed up and old and kind of beat up. So let's take a look at what MyDeck Collections here did for a deck. Now, before I get started, I would like to say that I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh collector, not a Yu-Gi-Oh card player, which means that this deck probably is really bad, but it's what I used when I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh. So let's just start with what we got here. We got Lord of D, which is a very popular card if I remember, because dragon-type monsters on the field cannot be targeted by spells, traps, or card effects. But there's another reason why he's in here. He's pretty weak, honestly, but we'll get to why he's in here in a second. Again, I want to sorry about the lighting. I'm sorry about the audio quality recently. I've realized I haven't really been speaking up loud enough for you guys to hear me without like max volume. So I'm going to try to change that by speaking a little bit louder. Here's Alexandrite Dragon, which honestly is really cool. It's a 4-star card, which means it could be normal summoned, and it has 2,000 attack points right off the bat. This thing's kind of hard to beat up unless you get it into defense position. So yeah. Next up we got La Jin, the Mystical Genie of the Lamp, which is just, I have him in here just for attack, which is 1,800 attack for 1,000 defense. Not the greatest in terms of what he does, but he's not bad either. We got Kaiser Seahorse. This card can be treated as 2 tributes for the summon of a light monster. I believe Kaiba used this when he was summoning Blue Eyes, because Blue Eyes is a light monster. We got Vorse Raider, just 1,900 attack. Just a strong card I like having. We got Neo, the Magic Swordsman, just another strong card that I could play right off the bat. We got Skull Mariner. I'm not really sure why this is in here. It has 1,600 attack. I'm going to assume that's why. It's also probably just for tributing. A Giant Rat. When this card is destroyed in battle or sent to the graveyard, you could special summon 1 Earth monster with 1,500 less attack. I think if I was going to change any card, it would probably be this one. I don't think there are a lot of Earth monsters in this deck. Pitch Black Werewolf, which is actually a really cool card. As long as this card remains face up on your side of the field, your opponent cannot activate trap cards during the battle phase, which is your battle phase. So they can't use their trap cards as long as this card is in play. Jax Knight, just 1,900 attack. I believe the other 2 are in here too. There's Gearfried the Iron Knight. When an equip card is equipped to this card, destroy that equip card. I don't think I have any of those. He's just really strong. This is the Queen's Knight, 1,500 attack. And here's King's Knight. If you have, while this card is normal summon, you control a Queen's Knight, you can also summon a Jack's Knight. So if I have Queen's Knight on the field and I play this guy, my Jack comes out. Here's another Jack's Knight. Another Gearfried. Dark Magician Girl. This is from one of the really shiny sets. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with these kind of cards. They're super bright, but they're also kind of annoying when you look at them. The camera does not seem to be picking this card up well. And the text is hard to read. This card gains 300 attack for every Dark Magician or Magician of Black Chaos in either player's graveyard. Now, on the original Dark Magician Girl, it said any Dark Magician, and there are a lot of other Dark Magicians in this game. But I guess they changed that so she couldn't get too overpowered, because you could really make her. You can make a whole deck based around her where you're just throwing Dark Magicians into the graveyard, and she has a lot of attack. Speaking of which, here's a Dark Magician. Not original art. I have a Jinzo in here. Trap cards and other effects on the field cannot be activated. Negate all trap card effects on the field, which is great for clearing. Archfiend of Gilfer. Just an interesting card. When this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one face-up monster on the field. Equip that target with this card. That monster gains 500 attack. So if he dies, he gives another monster 500. Red Eyes Black Dragon, arguably one of my favorite cards. Now, normally when you have a Red Eyes Black Dragon, you kind of just don't play it solo. You kind of have like another card, like Metallization or whatever, Metal Morph, to make it like... if I remember correctly, they said Red Eyes was the Dragon of Possibility or something, which means... Because Red Eyes can be transformed into a lot of different stuff. And the Blue Eyes was just an Engine of Power, or whatever, the Dragon of Power. So, he's cool. I got Butterflyoke. When opponent's monster declares an attack, target that attacking monster and change it to defense position. If you do, equip this card to that monster. Once per turn during either player's main phase or battle phase, you could change the equipped monster's battle position. You can just keep changing its position around to mess with your opponent. Punch in a Box. When your opponent's monster declares an attack while they control 2 or more monsters, target the attacking monster, negate the attack, and if you do, send one other monster they control to the graveyard, and the targeted monster loses attack equal to the original attack or defense, whichever is higher, your choice if tied, sent to the monster in the graveyard. Basically, that just lets you pretty much destroy one monster and change the other to 0/0. That's fun. Magical Hats. During your opponent's battle phase, choose 2 non-monster cards from your deck and 1 monster you control. Shuffle those 3 cards and set them into the field in defense position. The 2 cards chosen from your deck are treated like normal monsters, attack and defense, and are destroyed at the end of the phase. So basically, this is like a last-ditch effort if you're really losing to kind of keep up. Basically, just turns your other cards into monster cards. I have a Spellbinding Circle, just in case. Activate this card by targeting one monster your opponent controls. It cannot attack or change battle position. When that card is destroyed, destroy this card. Basically, it's just, oh, there's a super strong monster in the field. Let me just put this on it so it can't do anything. Energy Drain. This card looks really beat up now that I look at it. Select one face-up monster on your side of the field. Increase the attack and defense of that monster by an amount equal to the amount of number of cards in your opponent's hand, times 200 points until the end phase. So say your opponent has max card limit, which I believe is 6. No, I believe it's 10 actually. You can add 1,000 attack points to your monster. There's another Butterflyoke. Call of the Haunted. I don't think you can play this anymore. Activate the card by targeting one monster in your graveyard, special summon it in attack position. When this card leaves the field, destroy the target. And when that target is destroyed, destroy this card. Trap Hole. When your opponent normal summons or flip summons a monster with an attack of 1,000 points or more, destroy it. Malevolent Catastrophe. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, destroy all spell and trap cards on the field. So basically, if your opponent's like, hey, Blue Eyes, get in there, and I play this, well, all their trap and stuff, all their trap cards go bye-bye. Embodiment of Apophis. Now, this card I'm pretty sure is banned because of how it's played. During either player's main phase, special summon this card as a normal monster. It has 1,600 attack and 1,800 defense, and this is still a trap card. So it's not treated as a monster card, it's a trap card. So if they're like, well, destroy a monster, this is a trap card, but it acts as a monster. Also, you can play it as a trap, but the problem is any type of trap cards, like trap card removals, can just remove this monster from play. I actually just watched the episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I'm rewatching the original series about this. And I just got to the point where Odeon played this and almost completely destroyed Joey. Or was it Joey? Yeah, Joey. Dark Magical Veil. Pay 1,000 life points to summon one dark spellcaster from your hand or graveyard. So if my Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl are in my hand, I can pay 1,000 life points and just play her or him. Mystical Space Typhoon. Destroy one spell or trap card on the field. Obviously. Magical Mallet. Add any number of cards from your hand to the deck and shuffle it. Then draw the same number of cards. Basically a reroll on your hand. Wow, that looks horrible on camera. I don't even think that's gonna pick up because that doesn't even look like words. It's Parallel Twister. Send one other spell trap card you control to the graveyard, and then target one card on the field and destroy it. Could be a monster as well. This is why I have Lord of D, or not Lord of D. Well, whatever, it might be Lord of D. If that thing would focus, please. There we go. Flute of Summoning Dragon. Special summon up to 2 dragon-type monsters from your hand. Lord of D must be on the field. So if you have Lord of D, and say I have my Red Eyes in my hand, I could just summon that. I don't need to ritual summon or whatever. I can just summon that, which is pretty good. Rush Recklessly. Increase one face-up monster's attack by 700 points. Now you might notice something. I'm kind of an attacker. I'm not really defending. I believe offense is the best defense. So that's why my deck is kind of like, let me be as beefy as I can and attack. Here's another example. Backup Rider. Target one face-up monster on the field. It gains 500 attack until the end of this turn. Reload. Add your hand to your deck, shuffle it, then draw the same number of cards. It's basically another magical mallet. Fissure. Destroy one face-up monster with the lowest attack on your opponent's side of the field. And just another reload. So, I don't know if you guys realize it or not, these cards aren't exactly from the new meta. Now, I'm more original Yu-Gi-Oh! I prefer it that way, where the cards don't have, like, these super long explanation, the text is, like, 4 font so you can read it. I prefer, honestly, the good old Yu-Gi-Oh! Where you pick up, you play, the cards aren't crazy. Like, I don't understand Prism Monsters, or Link Monsters, or even really Synchro Summoning Monsters. I don't really understand those. And, like, I understand Fusion Summoning, just not, like, Link or Synchro, or Tuners, whatever those are. I did watch 5Ds for a while. I didn't really like it. I tried Arc V or Arc 5, whatever it's called, in the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, I didn't really like that too much. So I prefer to stick to regular Yu-Gi-Oh! So my deck couldn't even compete with the meta. My deck is 40 cards. There's 5 cards that need to be tribute summoned for, 15 just normal cards, 10 trap and 10 spell, which I believe is like the normal meta for making a deck anyway. So yeah, there is one more thing I do want to show you, or 2 things I want to show you actually. So I have these. Now, they're not PSA graded, and I'm thinking about sending them in to be, just to increase the value. So let's just, here we go. This is probably my favorite card of all time. Black Skull Dragon. It's a fusion monster between Summon Skull and Red Eyes Black Dragon. It is 3,200 attack and 2,500 defense. I love this card. If there's one thing I love, it's kind of like, well, one thing I don't really love. One thing I really like is, like, kind of like Grim Reaper-esque kind of things and dragons. So I feel like this, like, fits that perfectly. I do like Summon Skull. He's just not in my deck because he's, like, 2,500 attack and you have to tribute for him. But I really love this. This is when Joey and Yugi were playing dungeon dice monsters or something. And they fusion summoned this card, and it was just amazing. Whoops. Oh, man. I am horribly sorry about that, guys. That's the second time that's happened. I would edit that out, but I don't know how to edit, and I don't have editing software yet. I'm sorry about that. Anyway, let's get back to it. I'm glad I was able to recover from that so smoothly, though. Yeah, so this is when they were doing that. Yeah, guys, I'm really sorry about knocking the camera over. It's sitting on like a tripod that's like up, and it's like sitting on top of another thing, so it has enough height to really just so it just has enough to just reach the desk. But yeah, anyway, the next one I have is Dark Magician, original art, super rare, I believe. However, this is not Legend of Blue Eyes like I wish it was. But it's in really, really great condition. The ultimate wizard in terms of attack and defense, 2,500, 21 defense. I might send these 2 out to be PSA graded. They're really good. They're really nice condition. I know the Black Skull Dragon looks like it's kind of weird. That's because it's sitting weird in the case. I bought both of these for $25. very expensive kind of cards. That's why they're in these. I hope to have them PSA graded at one point, so I can really kind of get the collection going. I kind of do need a second set of them because they need to go into binders. By the way, if I could show you, I would show you binders that that house my Yu-Gi-Oh collections. However, it doesn't seem possible at the moment, judging by that they're in my other room, which would be my bedroom, where I'm currently storing all my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. One day I'll figure out how to get that in there. This camera doesn't go far, so I might record it off my phone. We'll kind of not really go through the whole thing, but we'll go through it a lot and see it. But there is one other thing I do want to show you guys. I am looking, if there are any Yu-Gi-Oh, if there are any like sellers, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, any kind of TCG besides sports cards, I am looking to buy. I really don't want to get like taken over though, so if you guys have anything, please let me know. I'm willing to buy, I'm willing to pay shipping and handling if that's what it comes down to, but I will only want a fair price. I'm an avid collector of these types of cards, not Pokemon so much, but Yu-Gi-Oh! I definitely know what I'm looking for. I definitely will know what a fair price is and what I'm trying to get taken over for. For example, I don't know how well this will show up on. It actually shows up pretty well. So this guy is selling a Slifer to Sky Dragon and an Exodia, but he wants $200 for these two cards. It's not showing. He wants $200 for these two cards. Exodia, this specific Exodia is worth maybe $5, $5 to $10. Slifer, this Slifer is from a set that only came out with the other two God cards, so it's worth a tiny bit more, but I know what I'm asking for, and I know the prices. So if you guys have anything, please let me know. I'm looking to buy. I'm always looking to grow the collection a little bit, and hopefully I'm waiting one day and maybe get to a subscriber base like what Simply Unlucky has. By the way, check him out. He's a really cool guy. I don't know him personally, but I would really like to actually talk to him because he's honestly one of my main inspirations for this channel. I love watching his videos. He's just an awesome guy. Go check him out though if you haven't already. I'm sure you guys, if you guys like Yu-Gi-Oh, you already know who he is, but you don't know who I am. That's fine. I'm hoping to grow. But he does like Mega Mail Mondays where he gets like a ton of cards sent into him by his fans, and I would love to get that one day, so I can grow the collection up a little bit. But that's all in due time. So guys, I hope you did enjoy this video, and I know it's the first Yu-Gi-Oh video be done. Don't worry, more are coming. I just have to figure out what I want to record and what I want to do. As it stands right now, money's a little bit tight at the moment, so I can't really do a lot of pack openings. If I can get some money here or there, I will. I spent nearly $30 on Pokemon cards the other day, so I can't keep spending that much. Hopefully the channel will grow so that I can kind of use the ad revenue from that to support this. The one thing I want to do with ad revenue is get a better camera, definitely get a better camera, and probably more cards. I would put all the money back into the channel, so don't even worry about me stealing from the channel, because trust me, I won't. I love recording videos, and I think this is really fun for me to do, because I'm pretty bored most of the time, but I'm not doing this out of sheer boredom. I'm doing it because I enjoy it. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling. My friends tell me I ramble quite a bit, so let's just end it here. The next video will either be another will probably be a Yu-Gi-Oh video where I will show off the collection, showcase it a tiny bit, what's going on with that. It won't be a long video. My other videos range from about what it seems like 15 to 25 minutes, so hopefully I haven't gone over that too much. But we will definitely get out there, and I might send these to be PSA graded, which means that they might be valued a little bit more, and I will definitely see if I can buy that Slifer. Speaking of which, that's actually from the guy right there asking me if I'm still interested in the cards. I told him to give me a fair price, so I gotta see what he's saying. As for now though, guys, I will see you guys in the next one. Hopefully be a collection video. Alright, peace out.